they helped me and grow up. And of course, Decca taught me a lot of things. But I'm real grateful to Decca for having the opportunity to be a scout. I think most of the guys here do, and or they wouldn't be here. And he means an awful lot to me. Present time, I live over at Gulf Shores, Alabama, just to let you know what I'm doing today. I'm assistant vice president with AmSouth Bank, the largest bank in the state of Alabama. I'm on the city council over at Gulf Shores. I'm fixing to get off of that and hopefully get back active in scouting. I've served as a liaison for the Lions Club and the Optimist Club we sponsored both the Cub Pack and the troop over in Gulf Shores. And I really haven't been active since '74. I was active up to '74, and then I actually got out of scouting until about 3 years ago and sort of served as a liaison. But hopefully this fall I'll come back in full guns like Tommy's doing and really enjoyed it. That's about all I can tell you about it.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you a little about you. George, you don't hold the candle to that guy. He's the most orneriest guy that was ever in my troop. And when he was little, he was 9 years old, and he kicked me, and he gave me with his dad, he gave me a lot of problems. But, one of the things, and where is he? One of the things that he got me in trouble over is in 1960 we bought a brand new little Falcon station wagon. And I took that station wagon with the troop. It was brand new, and Billy was the treasurer. He had all the money. He handled, and he had a packet of money with quarters and dimes, and this is my version of the story. He had $25 in the coin. Everywhere we'd go, he'd leave them coins, and I said, Billy, don't leave. Okay, we'd pull up to a filling station to get a cold drink, and he wanted to be the first one out. So on that little Falcon, he'd open that door and swing out on it, Billy, please don't do that. So we go down the road, and we're going to Birmingham. Billy, don't do that. So pretty soon the door falls all the way off. So the Falcon, it's all the way, he's pulling right out of the hinges, And so can you believe me coming home with a Falcon, Ford Falcon with the door off? My wife gave me holy terror. So he's the guy that caused that. But while we was there, I'll never forget this, Billy. I kept telling him, don't leave the money. Don't leave the money. And he had it in a brown folder. He had $25, nickels, dime, and quarter. And so we stopped at Artesian Well to get some water. And we were all in there. And Billy put some money on the top of the car and runs down there, the first one, to get that water. And so we come back, and everybody's leaving in the caravan. And Billy says, Mr. Decker. And I heard something fall off the back of the car. And it was that folder full of money. And I'm not kidding you. For 1 solid mile, we strode quarters, dimes, nickels down that highway. But this is really something. And I was really bitter with Billy. But you know what we did? We got out and we found every bit of that money. And I mean, we found every bit of that money except 1 quarter. So I couldn't give him any problem. So Billy, I'm going to give you this quarter so you won't be in trouble. There you go. And this is to go with that. We have to be careful getting sentimental, and I know you know this, and we're over this, but the night that Fred Holmes, I don't know whether you guys know this, or most of you do, he was refereeing a game. And the night that he died, I went, and Billy came home with me. And I kid you, Billy, but you know over these years, and you're one of my favorites. And he did give me fits, though, George.
I'm glad to know somebody else.
Yeah. Another thing in scouting, and most of you you guys know this, we had to put up with people from other troops. And I had another scoutmaster that gave me trouble all the time, told me his troop was better than mine, and I had all kinds of problems with him. But we went camping and hunting and everything together. So Frank Booker, it was that scoutmaster. Frank, would you get up? He's not a member of Troop 12, but he should be because he's been with us. Would you get up and introduce yourself? Tell them what troop you come from.
I'm Frank Booker. I had 132, and we worked into it all the time, but we enjoyed all of it. Cliff helped me, and I'm sure I helped Cliff, and I put a number of years in it, around 8. Had some Eagles, which I'm real proud of. I eventually got out of scouting. All those years, my wife was along. Things got so rough, I felt I better be at home to protect her at night. But I enjoyed it. I still see a lot of the boys of in the troop. Remember the home boys real well. In fact, I lived just up the street on the corner of St. Monica. They lived just in the Bill Curry. Remember them? Pete, George, and the name of boys. I see you smiling, Pete. That's it. His neighbor? Remember her. Thank you, Cliff.
Okay, well, Frank, we're having that. And Frank's boy is with us too.
No, he's just with.
Okay, well that's good. His wife's with us. But it's really good. I kid Frank all the time, but we done a lot together in his troop and our troop. Spent a lot of time together, and I was just kidding you, Frank.
I know you were.
We didn't have that rivalry, not very much anyway. Another family that came, the whole family came in to our church through the scout troop, and I don't know if you guys know, but it was the Oates family. All you guys know the Oates. Okay. Which one are you? Billy? No, I don't know. I can't remember. Which are you, Billy? But okay. Well, I want you to introduce yourself and tell us a little about you, and we're happy that you're with us. Yeah, right. Okay. Right. And we're very happy that you guys came in and you give us a rundown on you and your family. And his dad was a real fine person in our troop too.
Well, I see a few familiar faces here. It's been a long time, 27 years for me since I've been gone. In fact, I just got my orders back Saturday. I'm being transferred to Pensacola, so I'll be here for the next 3 years and then retire. But both my brothers are still here. George should be in later, and so should Bill. At least they told me they were going to be here. I left the scout troop, I reckon, in '57 and joined the Navy. And I've been with the Navy ever since. It's been a hard 27 years. My family's here in Cote Inn, Alabama, out in Porterville Bay. We just built us a home out there. I have 7 kids. 5 are grown. I still have 2 at home. And we hope to settle here and make it permanently at the end of the next 3 years, once I report into Pensacola next week. It's nice to be back.
Who do you know? Who was in the troop with him? George and who? Anyone else? Okay,
Cliff Harris. I don't know whether anybody got in contact with him or not.
no. I just want to make sure that 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 there wasn't anyone here that you didn't know. I know these younger guys. You've been gone a long time, but the troop has still been here. One of the first Eagles and one of the first leaders after I became scoutmaster. I had several Eagles, but Emmett Purvis was one of my leaders
Troop 12 in 1956. In fact, the gentleman that got me interested was a cousin of mine, Jimmy Hankins, who's here. And I stayed in with the troops from 1956 until the latter part of 1961, which that time I was left and went into the Navy. I started out as a tenderfoot in 1959 after a lot of encouragement, a lot of pushing from Mr. Decker. Got Eagle Scout. The Holmes boys and the Holmes family I knew very well, and in fact to me it was a distinct privilege that their dad presented me my Eagle Award. And it's something that I'll always remember and always cherish. Mr. Oates, I think, left shortly after I got into it. I think the experience is, I can sit here because there were a lot of war stories, and I certainly gave Decker a hard time, and probably a little different way than some of the others did. But I'd like to mention a couple of things, because during the period of time that I was in, there were some changes made in scouting. Well, one of the things was the reorganization of how the troops and the explorer posts were addressed, and then we went to a different format with a different emblem for scouts, in which we held offices of president and vice president and secretaries rather than scribes and troop leaders. It was a very interesting period of time, and I think one of the most enjoyable things that I contributed to was we had the first co-ed campus eventually during that era. And as I look around, I can't recall, I know Jim was there. It was, I think, the first event of that kind in the Mobile area and possibly in the entire state.
It was the first.
It was the first.
Was it the last?
No,
they're still doing it, but it was tough. With you
Correct.
guys.
We sure did. But presently, when I'm married, I have 4 children. In fact, my oldest son will graduate this year from Mary G. High School, and my youngest is 4 years old. I'm working with the University of South Alabama Medical Center, which I'm an assistant director for 5 service departments in cardiology for the institute. I think that's all.
One time, when the troop was real young, in the early 50s, we went on a trip to New Orleans. And when we was on that trip to New Orleans, we got the bus and we went down there. And the adults, are supposed to set good examples, with the boys and everything. So next guy I'm going to introduce is my brother-in-law, Hiram Hammond. He went with us, see, and he's almost as mischief as the boys were. But we didn't have any problems. So when we got to New Orleans and everything, we went to the zoo. Well, Hiram had a cigar, and that monkey wanted that cigar. He was just jumping up and down. So Hiram looked around, and he gave that monkey that cigar, All of a sudden I heard a loud noise, and it was a cop coming down there jumping. I said, oh goodness, them boys is in trouble. But it was Hiram that gave that cigar to them monkeys. But that was really fun. Hiram, I hope you don't mind me, telling on you. But he couldn't resent it. That monkey it was a baboon really. He kept wanting that cigar. And the zookeeper came up, and Hiram, for you being patriotic and being American and a good example, I'm going to give you a little American flag. Stay up, and I'd like for you to tell you can tell about your son too. And,
Well, I'm Hiram Hammond. Naturally, he said I'm his son-in-law, brother. I have 2 sons in Russell and Cleveland. They was on the trip to New Orleans with us. And
troop in Valdosta, Alabama. And I've got 51 boys. Me and Rusty, which is the elder in our church there, he's young, see, he's 20, young brother. China there, a few years back. And I asked him, I said, well, I'll help you. He said, well, I don't know nothing about scouts because I don't know. So I got him to go ahead and we started. We have 4 members of the church, and the rest of them is non-members. And I'm still having a problem trying to get the people to let their boys join. They think they're supposed to belong to the church, and they'll tell them, no, we belong to such and such church. And I had one just this past Thursday said, well, I sure would like my son to belong to this church. I mean, Scout, but says we can't belong to the church because we belong to the one up the street or down the street. I said, well, who told you that you had to belong to this church? I said, we teach scouting, not religion, at Scout. I said, so if you want your boy to join, you let him join. And she immediately I wrote her up, him up. So I still love the outings that I have in scouting. And we went on, I take them on the first overnight camping trip. And I had just about decided how everything could just get bundled up. I wrote down a menu and I sent it to the mothers and I said, please wrap so-and-so in tinfoil and bread separate. And this one kid, and Dexter, I'll tell you something. This one kid, as I drove up to get him, he just reached in the freezer and grabbed out a pack of hamburger meat about yay big. Just kept her running, got right in the car. That evening we started to cook the meal. I said, son, where's your pack at? Give me your meal, I'm going to get everything going. Yes, sir, I got it. And he run got that 3, 4, 5 pound hamburger meat and just throwed it in just like he bought it from, like his mama did in the stores. He just throws it in the fire. And I said, well, son, I don't think that's the way. And the reason I told that was one time we went to Jackson when they first opened up.
First camper roll. How many was on that? Okay, he was with us.
Yes. I'm the one that dug the hole and slept in it because the other boy didn't bring nothing to sleep in. And I had to dig a hole for it. Well, that all came back home whenever this boy run and sold that hamburger meat. I said, well, thank God it's one and never two.
That first camper roll was the coldest night recorded in the history of this part of the country. And we were out there, and it was really cold. And that was 1959, and you guys have the patches.
But that day it was about 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Going up. Difference in the
Yeah. I want to introduce you guys to one of my sons, really. No, Verona had to grow up in the troop with me, and they were all boys, and she I'm going to let her say a few words. She was in Tommy's graduating class, but she was a girl that was with our troop. She done lots of things with us. We had dances, and we was talking about the co-ed. She was able to go with us, and she has helped me all through the years, and that I have been in scouting. And when she was a senior at Murphy, she asked me to come out to Murphy, and most of you know I worked in plastic. And she got up and introduced me as her great uncle. You know, the greatest guy you guys that knows Verona as well as you know the other guys in the troop. And I'm going to give you a chance to say something.
I didn't expect this opportunity. I guess being the oldest in the family, I guess I was my father's first son, and Sample came along later. And so I followed Daddy everywhere Daddy went. And so whenever he got active in scouting, and Uncle Troy did too, I was tagged along with it. Someone asked me, we were talking about the saying, were you ever a Girl Scout? And I said, no, I didn't have time. I was too busy trying to be a Boy Scout. And I guess that's true, but it's been a real association. It's great to look back over the years and see where we have gone and what we have done with our lives. To me, that's important because scouting does teach a lot of good principles. And I'm glad to see all of you have done well and have been productive and have lived up to your scout expectations because really and truly it's paid off for you in the long run if you stop at it and look at yourself. And a lot of you have rubbed off on me, and so I attribute my success in life has come from a great many of you who have influenced me. And I do think my dad and my Uncle Shorty are the two greatest men in the world, and I'm really, really proud of them.
She's been the registrar for Chief Health, and Stansel, senior patrol leader, and I told her, that she knows most of you guys. One thing that I did leave out on Tommy, their ties is that Tommy was the student council president at Murphy in their senior class, and Verona was in that senior class with him. And are you Donnie or Ronnie? Ronnie, the bell. Okay, well, while you're here, why don't you get up and introduce yourself?
My name is Ronald Bell. I don't even remember what year I joined. I guess in the 50s anyway, before Tommy and Billy guys came in. I guess I spent more time at Tommy and Billy and Peter and Mr. Fuquay's house. And I remember Emmett and Jimmy and all these guys were just getting out when I got in. But I've enjoyed it. I still see a lot of the guys. I travel for a living now. Gone about 80% of the time. I got into Kansas City last night. Probably leave again Sunday, but you'd be surprised how many of them you run into. Wherever you go, you run into these guys. I know when I got out of the Boy Scouts, I guess about 7 or 8 years ago, I was working with the OA. I started working with Mobile County Sheriff's Department, still work with them. One of our good friends, I know all these guys know him, Lynn Hines. All I remember Lynn. Lynn was kind of a rowdy guy, kind of like Billy, He kind of gave us a hard time. But I know one night I was working with the Sheriff's Department. We came up on Lynn, and Lynn was giving everybody a pretty hard time. In fact, there was about 5 of them about blackjack and death. And I walked over to Lynn, and I put my hand on his shoulder like this. He turned around and looked at me. I said, Lynn, let's go talk about it. And I've never had a moment's trouble with Lynn since then. Every time he sees me, he comes over and shakes my hand. I know a lot of the guys out there riding around in squad cars, they just didn't run over him. But I've never had a problem with Lynn. Lynn was one of the guys I remember from way back. He was one of the first guys I was associated with. But I've enjoyed it. My brother can't be here. He's in Monroe, Louisiana now working with State Farm Insurance. My father would be here, but he's over visiting my brother. So I'm the only one left. Thank you.
We were talking about guys give the girls tips, even when he was a young guy. And I had lots of trouble when we went on activities. He was always chasing girls. And that's Jimmy Hank. Yeah. You guys stand up, Jimmy. It's your time.
Well, I don't remember that, but I joined the Boy Scouts 55. Okay, thank you. Worked our way all the way up through the Eagle Scout ranks. Went into Explorer Scouting, like Dennis was talking about earlier. We spent about 4 or 5 years in scouting altogether, I guess. We've had some real good times. I remember Leonard Bullock. Where is Leonard?
He's going to try to be here. I talked to him, but he said he's trying to get here.
We used to corporation called Hampton International. We own pre-engineered building companies like Barclay Cruise, Graham Building. We own 85 different large corporations, all for I'm based now in Memphis, and I came to Mobile just for this year to see my family and to attend the Boy Scout Thanks College.
You're right. Thank you for coming. We'll go back now, Pete. I'm going to pick on you a little bit now.
I knew my time was coming.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
Yeah. One of the things